Hey, what's going on, guys? Minigo here, and we are playing some Foundation today. Now, it's not long since been put out for full release, I think it was. I believe it was about maybe a week ago, something like that. I've seen it, got released, or full release even. Started watching people play, and I was like, you know, I want to get back into playing this again. So after about maybe 3 full days straight of playing this, and this is where the Foxley game is coming. I feel I've got a bit of knowledge again on how to actually play the game. So I figured, why not? I'll do a bit of a recording sesh. Hopefully this sesh goes well. But this is just one of these really super chill, super relaxing games. And it is a game that I do enjoy, and it is a game that I have supported in its early days. Back when Polymorph first released this game in early access, you had the opportunity to support them in advancing the game further. You had different tiers of it all as well, and I believe I got the support pack where I was able to actually have my name put into the game as a character. I've yet to find it, but if we come across it in this game, that'd be pretty amazing. But bearing in mind, this was back when Polymorph first released this game, so if that is still floating about in all the coding and everything, then we might stand a chance of finding it. If it's not, then I will, but I still support this game and everything that it does. So, let's click on new game. I tell you what, that is not a bad one to start. I was gonna like try and mess around with it, see if I can get a bit of, you know, relatively flat land mixed in with some mountains, and that's actually not bad. That is kind of something what I'm looking for. I want to make the river a bit bigger though, so it's got like a bit of a pond area in some locations, so something gives a bit more options for fish spawn. That might work. So I'm hoping if we can get our town to start off here, and if we're able to, you know, build a bridge across here, we could put our castle and whatnot over here. But this game has changed a lot since I last played it. If you want to copy the seed's down here, by the way, just going off topic. But this game's changed a lot since I last played it. So obviously you've got all these. You know, we're basically just gonna stick with the classic of everything. We're not gonna mess with the settings or anything. We're not doing creative mode. But the one thing that I've not actually noticed that one I've not looked into, but two not noticed, is the mod section of this now. And we are just gonna go and relax and play our own way. Oh, okay. We only have the Pioneer one. On the Foxley one, I have titles of like Lord, Lady, Elder. Like I've been playing this for a while. Alright, so we're gonna do something similar to what I've got going on in Foxley, just because I do like what I've done with that one. It wasn't the lines, it was actually... It was them stags. Oh, that's a rabbit. I was wondering what that was. We're going to go with the stags on a kind of white background with the red cross in the middle. It's going to randomize this a little bit. But I do want you guys to put name suggestions down below in the comments. But for now, it's just going to be called the Village of Larkstone. And it's going to be ran by Pioneer Minico, because I'm original like that. But nonetheless, let's start the game. Get into this. So with Foundation, it is one of them games of... Even though it's like a city building-esque type of game, everything flows naturally. The one thing you don't need to worry about is placing roads. Oh. You know what I said, if we can get ourselves over here and then build the... Oh, yes. mean, we'll definitely need to try and expand over here because we've got these mineral deposit, the bigger mineral deposits even. What is that? Yeah, that's like a big deposit of like marble maybe? I've actually never seen that before. But for those of you that don't know, you do get little deposits of stone like this, where you can then put a stonecutters camp on. That's how you get a bare basic stone. You can now find little deposits of iron knocking about like this. And you can put, like, similar to the stonecutters back in the day, but it's now an iron miner. And they'll go to these smaller deposits here, but it is these bigger deposits that you want, because these bigger deposits, if I can find it, so these stones here will either have iron, quartz, gold, marble, even just basic stone. But these two here close together, and then you got this one over here in the distance. This is going to be where we're going to try and work our way towards, most definitely. But like I said, for the time being, I do want to try and keep all the, I guess, industrial stuff. It's not really industrial, but where you've got all the loggers camps and everything like that, I want to try and keep all them separate to everything. Oh, we might get an early start already on the iron. So we're going to go for this one. Again, like I said, it's not ideal unless we get this one, and then we will get a free territory as well. But in that case, I might as well just get these two. We'll do that. We'll get this. Our market square. I do like to put these more on the edge of our territory, because then once we do get our free one, it'd be kind of central. When I say kind of central, I mean kind of central. So it's like this. So cost of 0, upkeep of 0, and we get a lot more room. And this is where I'll probably put all our residential stuff, at least more up this end. So I'm going to do that right away. With this, I'm just going to mark out really quick the areas on which I want my singular log cutting camp to be. Because what they've done with this game now is taking inspiration from the mods, where you can upgrade buildings like the logging camps. Granted, you have to unlock said upgrades, but you can have a fair old amount of people in. In my little mess around thing that I had going on, I had just one singular logging camp with about 12 people in, and that's all I needed. It was just producing logs like crazy. So I'm going to pretty much follow suit with that. So I want the builder's hut. Builder's hut is just going to be nice and simple, up here, out the way. This button here is to remove. You don't need to remember the controls to rotate. Now, that was the one thing I could never really remember after like just not playing it for a period of time, was what the buttons were to rotate. But it's all there now. You can move it, rotate. If you've got like towers or the buildings from like the manor or something, you can, there'll be an elevate button as well. So with this, just going to throw 3 people in there, just keep it nice and simple. Now we want the loggers camp. Oh, that's where our new arrivals will be coming from. That's good to know. At least we know which way they're going to be coming from. It'd be a little bit annoying. So they'll walk along the front here by the looks of it, and then disappear off into the trees maybe. But I could do with some new people. That's red because it's just slightly out of territory. And then that to go there. We're going to keep this on just a one-time speed just for the minute whilst we get set up, and for me to go over the game for people that don't know what the heck this game is about. So realistically, you just want to get the bare basics down, which is your wood and your stone. This is a forester's camp, and it just allows you to reforest the trees. Now, you don't have to worry about where you're placing it. And the main reason for that is because the guy, or your villagers, will just place their own road. They will make their own paths there. So as you can see now, this is the town centre, and they'll just start making their own little paths up there. For the time being, I'm going to throw one worker into here. And then we do need to get some berry pickers down as well. And a well. So I'm going to do the well slightly offset to the town centre. And little berry picker up here somewhere. Thank you. There we go. Just got past some food. Yeah, I think putting it over here in the trees as well will be a good idea. The trees won't remove... the woodcutters won't remove the berry bushes at all. The only time the berry bushes will be removed is if you go to the paint tool and do that. It will basically remove everything minus the big rocks. So you can click on it and it will remove this. The iron deposit as well if you really wanted to. I'm going to put one person into the stonecutters camp. And now we need a place to store all this stuff as well. Oh, the rustic church. Never mind, we don't actually have anywhere to store this stuff just yet. We need to unlock that. What I am going to do is put down 2 market stalls, because I will be unlocking the fishing ability very soon. We're just going to keep things super simple at the minute. So storage, fishing, wooden bridges and wooden fences. It does cost gold, so make sure you have plenty. There we go. We need the granary, which we will put along this main road now, just because it is the in-between road now of what all the villagers seem to be using. So with this, we're going to just paint over the exact same zone that we used for the woodcutters. We'll need to up in a minute. That's absolutely terrible. Make sure you get everywhere around the back, and there we go. Now with the fishing zones, because we do need another source of food, as soon as you click on the fishing huts, they do get marked. Thankfully, however, we do have 2 zones here. Oh, I need to sneeze then. We do have 2 zones here, and they're not going to be in the way of where we're going to put our future bridge. So I reckon one just about there. And we will get another one, because you can never have enough fish. Never have enough fish. Your villagers are basically going to live on berries and fish for basically the foreseeable future until you can actually get like wheat and make that into bread, milk for cheese, and so on and so forth. We get one in there, one in there. And for the time being as well, until you get your stats up and everything, so like your population, your happiness needs to be above 50% in order to actually get immigration. The 2 that we got in, they were just the only 2 that you start with, basically. So you get given a set amount, and then after a while you get given 2, and then you have to basically work your way up to 50% happiness or higher in order to get any more people to join your village, really. So in the meantime as well, because we don't want everything just to be stored here, there and everywhere, I am going to put this just slightly behind the granary. Mainly because it is a hell of a lot bigger than the granary. And this is going to be the first thing that we do upgrade as well. Because just going back to the upgrade board, we are going to be getting the lumberjack improvements as well as the storage improvements. and then everything else in between. The ones that I would suggest going for is obviously these ones, along with tooling and the butchery, or the butchering even. Tooling will allow you to put down the iron mining camp, charcoal huts, and then from there you'll be able to make iron bars and then into tools. And the quicker you can get them down and sorted, the better, really. Because if you have to start trading to buy tools, then you're just going to be forever in debt until you can actually work your way out of it. So we're just going to let this run for a little bit. We're going to put it on ×3 speed. And we're just going to let things build up. There's not a whole lot we can do until our 3 little builders have done their job, really. So I'm just going to shoot into a little bit of a time lapse until things have started to build up. As soon as they are built up, we shall return. All right. Gee, sorry. We had to just take a little bit of a jump cut there because the builders were a bit slow, especially when it came to building up this fishing hut. Still not built the 2, or the granary and the storage house yet, but we do have another supply of food in, which is the most important thing, really. Right, so let's get ourselves nice and zoomed in here. I tell you what, some of these villagers, they've definitely seen some shit. That's all I'm going to say, but their eyes are wide open. And as you've seen there as well, we got lucky with getting an extra villager. Usually the happiness has to be around, well, back when I played it in the early days, it used to be around 50% where you'd actually get an influx of immigrations. Or the influx of immigration would start to rise up. But it must be now lowered to about 30%, 25-30%, and then it will start to increase. So what I've done with this is I've put it on a higher priority, just so that all 3 builders will, get the fingers out and actually get some work done. With this, what is this? Just general fencing, and this is our bridge. Now, I'd love to build our bridge, but I don't think... Yeah, we can't exactly afford that just yet because we're not exactly making money. Well, we got another one. Alright, so with the sudden rise in people, I think it would be a good shout to start getting some residential areas put down. And pretty much immediately that is when all the wood starts getting taken. So I'm just going to scoot all this over here. Like this. I'm not particularly bothered where they build just for the time being, because like I said, this is not going to be the permanent setup. All this will remain here, but it's not going to be the permanent setup, and I am, yes, getting rid of all them trees. I could have easily made use of them, but it's fine. There's no need to worry about it all. And I will take you, because I will need some monkeys to run back and forth from the storage units to everywhere, really. So just going back on to the whole progression thing. So you've got your overall prosperity. Then you've got your common path, which is what you use your prosperity points with. So you need X amount of prosperity points like this one here. You need 10. And then gold to actually buy them. Same with this, you'll need a mixture of prosperity and labor splendor. And to get labor splendor, you'll need to put down decorations in and around the manor house to upgrade, to increase its whole labor splendor. My voice is really dry at the minute. Just give me a second. No, I believe my voice has fixed itself. So again, you'll need a mixture of the prosperity points and labor splendor. You also get the labor influence as well. I believe that is, you get that just by doing simple tasks for whichever one really. So you got the labor, kingdom, and then the clergy. If you do trading tasks such as if you give me 200 wheat, I'll give you X amount of gold and something else with it. They seem to be the most common ones to use. What I am also going to do is I'm also going to just get all these. They don't cost, they do cost a bit of gold. So I think on that note, I will, one, get the manor house, as well as, ooh, I'm gonna go with the monastery in that, and that's, oh, keep pressing escape, thinking escape will work. So there we go, build a manor house, build your tax office, that'll come up here. And if you keep accepting all these quests, they'll just keep building up and up and up and up. To the point where it takes over your entire left screen. You can minimize them just by clicking on the name like that. And then just hover over them just to actually see what your task was again. Right. I'm just going to increase the priorities on these because we are hanging around waiting a while for these. Missing planks for that. It's no good, right? Let's get a sawmill down. Because we'll need planks as well to actually build the manor house. Right, so I'm just going to let all this build up again. So I'm just going to put myself into a bit of a time lapse and also sort out my bloody voice again. Alright, so we're back. It's taken a little bit longer. The builders were definitely lazy on this part. And also seems to be that the logging camp can't keep up with the sawmill, which is strange because usually it's the other way around. Sawmill can't keep up with all the loggers. We've also got some houses being built now as well, which is pretty cool. Oh, wow, there we go. Larkstone is now our village. We now have the titles of Lord and Lady. We've got some cool little houses being built up here. I have noticed that there is just one lonely, sad house due to be built over here at some point. I mean, it's pretty far away from everything. I also had to add an extra market stall onto here for selling fish, as well as use the last 3 remaining slots on the granary for, again, fish. Because it does appear to be that the fishes are not wasting any time today. So we currently have 340 fish. 340 fish, and I don't even think we're actually eating that many either. So I think as soon as we can, or if we can, we'll try and find one of these traders to, so it's going to be this one, the labourer. So we'll need the labor influence, Jesus. Labor influence to go to Troutbury. And then again from Troutbury we can also sell clothes common wares, glass, barrels, polished stone, gold, bread, and obviously the one that we need is fish. But the first one that you'll always be able to get done rather easily. Oh no, this one could also do it as well. Midley? I'm gonna go with Midley. It's an allied with the clergy, so again, sell fish to them. And also sell our tools to them as well, like when we start making excess tools. But the first one that will always be the easiest one to do is this one. And it will be from this one that you'll also be buying your tools from as well. Because there will be a point where all your tools will just run out. And it mainly goes on like the bigger buildings, like your manor houses, your castles and stuff like that. Your monasteries. So, just keep that in mind. My voice today though is awful. I do apologise. But just keep that in mind because you will have to... If you don't have iron sorted out fairly quickly, you will have to buy from the traders. And obviously that's just 6 gold for 1. So you have to have an excess amount of planks in just to try and make it worth buying at least 1 tool. Here's another reason why I tried to keep as much money in there as possible. But we should actually be able to get that tradery unlocked now. There we go. Got achievement. Which is strange because I should have got that achievement long ago. Right. So let's just have a look here. So we can sell... Oh no, it's polished stone that. Don't think we can do polished stone just yet. The only thing we can really sell to them are the planks. Oh. Hey, people are happy. Very good. 50% happiness. I will do that in my own time. I'm not going to rush ahead and try and do that just yet. I'm going to keep all of you guys. I'm just going to have you guys linger about for a little bit. Yes, going to have you guys definitely linger just because there isn't really an awful lot for you to do, but I do also need you. I'm going to try and keep this area clear as well. I'm not going to put any residential here. The residential is just going to mainly live in this zone in here. What I am going to do though is put our first, I guess, major building down, which will be the rustic church. And it's going to have a nice little home here on this side of the market. I think I'll add the little chapel section onto this end. Ooh, that major one. Oh yes, that's a lot bigger. Hopefully. How is that looking? Alright, if this back building was a bit chunkier, that would have worked out perfectly. Alright, put you there. We'll put another one of these little thatched chapels here. My voice again. Oh, it's not that one. There's this one, the thatched chapel. Need to raise this roof up just a tad. Same with this one. And then we're gonna go for a nice little stone tower. For our bell tower. So with this purple zone here, and with it having this, it means it can be used for a defensive purpose as well. Because it will get to a certain point within the game that your villagers will be wanting some form of wall to protect them from. And then same when it comes to certain types of buildings as well. Certain types of buildings will need to be surrounded by your city walls in order to have them work more efficiently. Most importantly, put the across on the roof. Like that. I don't want to go too mad with this one, but at the same time, I'd have polished stone. This one doesn't require polished stone. Everything it tells you it needs comes down here as well. So if you was wondering why I knew it needed polished stone. So if you look down here now, it says 5 polished stone. I'm only going to put a couple of these gravestones down just to get our clergy influence up a little bit. Because I'd rather have a lot to do when it comes to building the monastery than have very little and then having to completely redo it all as soon as I get some more things to do. Or trying to find room on where it can be put. Right, so I think just one more of these in the background here will do nicely. We can also add ourselves a little stone gate just to surround our little church, and a pretty lovely stone wall as well. We want to try and keep ourselves a little bit of room for expansion, because obviously this village will grow a hell of a lot between now and when we can sensibly afford to start buying territory across on this side. And we still have plenty of room to get our bridge across here. It just so happens to mean you get a lovely view at the church when you come across the bridge. But at the same time, we could also use this as like a more prettier secondary bridge, or it would become the primary bridge at that point. Oh, here's our trader. Not that we have anything to trade just yet, because we haven't set that up. So they will buy planks from us. We have 10 planks. We will need them, realistically. But they will also sell us tools. Which again, things that we need. See, if they wanted fish, they'd have a field day with us with fish. Alright, planks. We can sell anything above 30, because we couldn't quite easily get above 30. Where are the tools? Tools, I don't want to go too mad at the minute, because we've still got, again, 30, so I'm going to do 5 tools. So every time that trader comes around, he will give us 5 tools, and we'll take anything above 30 planks. As and when our villagers make more planks, because this church alone is going to require 53. So, and we do need polished stone as well. That is, can we get that? Oh, we can get that. Ironworks. And then logging improvements. There we go. So that's all our money gone, but at the same time, would be worth it, or is worth it. Sorry, at the end of the day. These brown circles as well, by the way, they're like some form of noise pollution, if I remember rightly. So you don't want to have all these buildings like lingering around your residential areas. And of course we can't buy anything just yet, but we can place it all down and it will all just stay there as like some form of blueprint until it's ready to be built. Right, so where we last left off was in a lot better shape than where we are now. We are currently -6 gold out of 500, which is no bueno. We did improve the loggers camp though, so if I click on this, we've got pretty much all this entire area here for us to that we've improved on, and we have slots available for 2 more workers, just so we can get the planks in and through quicker, which means these guys will have more to do and things will start to run that a little bit smoother and hopefully pull us out of this little bit of a debt that we're in at the minute. because we do need to build this guy, which is the iron mining camp, and then we have the stonemason's hut as well, which we do also need to build. For both of them, I believe it was 25 coins each. Yeah, so we need at least 50 coins, which we can't do until we get ourselves out of that little bit of a debt that we've got going on. Which also means we can't expand all that much either, to be honest with you. Because we need at least 100 gold coins to expand on our territory, as well as an upkeep cost of 5 gold a month. And then the more territory you buy, the more that upkeep cost will become. But I reckon our next purchase on territory will be here. Just that way, then we can have another forester's hut directly behind this one, and then expand our woodcutter's camp to this newer region as well. Because the only reason why I've not fully stocked this with the guys that are in it, I could do. I just feel like the forester will be a bit overworked and struggling to try and keep up with everything. As you can see at the minute, we are flying up through all the wood and everything. We've got plenty of wood going on. What we haven't got plenty of, though, is berries. So I'm going to add an extra person into there. Go into the food. And I'm going to try and squeeze in another berry person. Oh, I'll take you. I've been ignoring them for the most part, just because I've not been able to use them. Or I don't want to take on extra and have nothing for them to do. Ooh, we're in the positives though, so as soon as we get that underway, or as soon as we get ourselves some 10 gold, then we can get ourselves the berry hut on the way. For the most part though, the church is done. It turns out that I did need polished stone after all. I believe it was because of them other types of gravestones, which we can go in and just simply remove. Yeah, it's them ones. So them gravestones require, what do you call it, polished stone as well. Rustic stone chapel. Oh. I've never actually really taken the time to look at all the stuff that's going on. But even still, that's a pretty cool skyline going on already. What's being built here though? Why is... I don't know why we've got them logs there like that. It's pretty strange. So just out of general curiosity. Okay, so I do need to own the territory in order to build it, but I can put covers over it. Cool. I did not know that I could put covers over it. It's actually, this is actually going to be one of the first times I actually build a bridge. So, first time for everything, I guess, really. Do we need you? That is the question. Yeah, I reckon we would need you at some point. Very soon. So, welcome, welcome. I need that trader to come around now. Because we've got easily over 30 planks that we can trade with them. And we also need some tools now as well, because we haven't got... Oh, hold the phone. Unless we're actually building any major structures, I believe that our tools don't get used. And just building simple residential houses like this, I believe they don't get used. Anything that I do place, though, requires tools for. So if we do this smartly, we could easily get the iron miners as well as the iron smelter and the blacksmith. up and running. And the question is, where do we put them? I reckon if I put this guy here, this one is 50 gold, which obviously we don't have enough of, but we can just leave him in the blueprint stage until we do. And then the blacksmith again is also 50 gold. But again, if we leave him in, I'm on that angle there, I think. If we leave him in the blueprint stage, then we should be, it'll be fine up until the point we actually need to use them. Ah, here he comes. Here he comes. I'm also thinking as well that we'll try and build the monastery on this side of everything. Just because it is flat land and the castle can take up quite a fair bit of land, so... Then again, we might have room over here somewhere, maybe. I don't know. I'll let you guys decide on that. And where we're having, like, the castle, the monastery, so on and so forth, the manor house as well. And whether or not to use this island. Daughter in the background looking out the window. But yeah. Do we need you though? Don't think so. Oh, there we go. 25. Ah, I knew it would take a gold coin. I knew it'd take a gold coin. Absolute bullshit. All I'm going to say on that. I wonder if I can... I know it's a manor house, but can I just build the simple tax office and get away with just doing that? So I can just build a simple tax office here. I could start getting tax from people. Oh, no, not that one. This one. Because the tax office is just nice and simple. It's nothing too expensive. That's polished stone. That one's not. Oh. And I'm going to put you there. We'll have this guy here. Where the simple doorway there. Why can't I build all? Ah, it needs to be surrounded by light fortifications. Of course it does. Well, that's also not being able to build the tax office then just yet. That's a little bit annoying. In fact, can I... Yes, I can move this entire building. That's good. Because I want this to be more in... Actually, that'd be a good breaker zone, that, between all that. Carol is clearly upset about something. Don't know what. But yeah, there'll be a lot more of a crying baby in the background in the future, guys, just simply because the way we've got things set up at the minute is the Xbox and everything is in the games room, which is also where my PC is. For those of you that are not aware, Meg is very close to being due, delivering another baby, so we've thought it'd be best if we had like a bit of a comfy zone set up in here and everything, and they can both chill in there instead of me being in here or me Billy Todd. So there will be an upset baby in here from time to time, and there will also be some rather awkward jump cuts as well. Just going to take a quick drink because my voice again. There we go. But yeah, going forward in the videos and live streams as well, there will be some form of crying baby. So there's not an awful lot I can do there, but I'm just going to have the simple tax office place there for the time being. I'm not going to go completely mad and, you know, build an entire manor, mainly because we don't have the room. I don't want to try and fit stuff in that can't be fit in, you know, and then I'm having to destroy like people's homes just because I want to build a manor house. I do want to just try and make it all fit, not necessarily naturally, but I do want to try and make it all fit perfectly. And what I do want to do is as well, because this is going to be the more direct route, the main road, if you will. at some point down the line we will be able to get ourselves the pavers building, which will change all our dirt roads or whatever roads we mark into paved roads. It requires a heck of a lot of stone, but it just means going over all our pathways like this. It comes in the same painting tool, and you can just paint the entire area if you wanted to, but it'll take a heck of a long time. But if you just do the main streets that your villagers tend to use, all it does is just make it so your villagers walk that a little bit quicker, really. So you want the main routes covered, really. But I don't think we're doing too bad. Our church can hold lovely 72 people already, which I think is freaking great. We don't need you, mate. We don't. We've got 4 people that are doing nothing at the minute, and then 4 people are going to be mixed between these 4 buildings here. We don't need you. We're good. I'm just waiting so I can get the mining one on the go, and then we can get an excess of iron. Which we also need somewhere to put said iron as well. Which we can't do because we haven't unlocked the this here, which requires 50 gold. And again, we need more territory to do this one as well, the farming. Because depending on how many people you have in the farmhouse will depend on how efficiently they can work a field. If you have the field too small, they'll get it done quicker. But it also means you won't get a lot of yield. Everything will be explained as and when we do get to come around to doing the farming. But I do think for the time being, guys, seeing there isn't... I was going to end things, but no. There we go. Bada bing. Oh, and we got a message. I was going to end things, but no. Games ain't going nowhere. What's this? A neighboring village will expect you to eventually help them by sending resources through a mandate. I don't have resources to send, unfortunately. What I will do, whilst we are on the subject of resources, I think anything over 50 can be acceptably sold at this point when it comes to the logs. But now that that's on the go, we can't build anything else until the guy comes around again. And he's not going to come around again for a while, really. To be honest, he's not going to come around for a while. We haven't got that many tools in there. But at the same time, we can't just bin the tools off. It is looking like we are going to need another warehouse. But we don't exactly have room for another warehouse, nor the money for another warehouse either. Because it's 10... well, no, we do have money for another warehouse. I take it back. Take it back. I might just have to slip it here, though. Might just have to slip it there. And since we've got 2 new villagers coming in as well, I will definitely have to make use of them. So I'll take you. What do you want? 25 tools. We'll have to pay them back 200 coins. We don't have 200 coins. So, and then that's also a rip-off as well for 25 tools. And it's not exactly a good trade, that, to be perfectly honest with you. So we're going to get this guy built up. Make it so the iron ore, the charcoal, and the tools can be put into this one, because I'm going to have polished stone put into this one as it is closer to that building. So iron ore, iron ingots, tools and charcoal, ugh, bad voice, all in this warehouse. And now I think will be a perfectly good time to end the video, guys. Today's video will be a little bit longer. I am going to try and average them out, or average the time over about anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes. They're going to be like your average length videos. Whilst I remember before I do anything else. What did I say? Charcoal, iron ore, and tools, which means the tools can be emptied from this one. Like that. Back to accept and put polished stone in there. Right. Without further ado, guys, I'm going to end things here. If you like this little series, then hit that like button, subscribe, and be sure to go to all my other links as well to follow me on there, such as Twitch and TikTok. As you can see, we reached our goal of 50 followers and it has now been increased to 60. I tend to stream every Sunday, Monday and Tuesday. You'll have to be in the Discord to find out when I'll be streaming, or have your notifications turned on Twitch when I'll be streaming. But nonetheless, I'm going to stop jibber jabbering because that's all I tend to do in these videos. I'm going to end things here. Thank you very much for watching, and be sure to join in next time for the next episode of Foundation. Bye for now, guys.